You are the author of this book, Ancient China's Tao Te Ching in Gonzo, by Nobody Xpecial. English clarification of the square-shaped schema of Tao Te Ching's literary organization. In English, Tao Te Ching has been interpreted as maintaining a two-book structure, often splitting chapters 1 to 37 from chapters 38 to 81, as a yin series and a yang series. In 2026, debate continues among experts as to the original Qing order and exact yin and yang book split. In 2006, when I first read Tao Te Ching in English, I enjoyed the text but experienced a confusion. Circumstances around my birth had set me on a trajectory to learn two schools of thought in early childhood, one of Indo-European descent and one of Japonic descent, including a child's introduction to kanji. Indo-European and Sino-Tibetan language families developed from separate roots. Japonic and Sino-Tibetan language families also developed from separate roots. Around the 5th century, Japonic scholars adopted the Sino-Tibetan writing system as kanji to supplement their own. The root shared by these language systems is the forensic aptitude of the human nervous system. Each Sino-Tibetan logograph is charged with and expresses an unspoken trinity of ideas, 1, 2, and 3. Descriptions of 1, 2, and 3 are listed in Qing 42. 1 is a square. 2 is taijitu, a circular symbol known to English readers as yin and yang. Many thinkers define 3 as qi, or life energy, although this definition is debated. I tend to characterize 1 plus 2 as adding up to 3, or simplicity plus complexity adding up to the synergetic dynamism of a living paradox. Change, the only constant, maintains harmonic balance within and without. It drives human adaptation. Squareness represents singleness or wholeness. An imagined square dictates the proportions for Sino-Tibetan logograph brushstrokes. Drawn to face the reader, it casts the reader as a point-of-view perspective on a shared reality. This designation centers conversation on the apparent here and now, orients conversers around this shared center, and frames commentary as situational. Lu, Pi, and Liao resolved a retrofit mathematical description of Chinese character structures and presented them at the 2009 International Conference on Computational Intelligence and Software Engineering. 14 right-angled quadrilaterals dictate partial meaning to self-contained logographs. 12 are assigned unique internal structures. Of them, 4 are rectangular and 8 are square. 2 squares stacked in a mosaic arrangement form the 13th logograph. This structure expresses complexity by chimeric construction of logographs. These 13 square arrangements represent an ancient topological system of meaning distribution based on wholeness plus taijitu. Their margins bear yin implications and yang enunciations. Under this system, certain prepositional relationships, timestamps, and third-person references go unspoken because they are spoken by the living moment. Relying on situations to speak for themselves allows the location, present company, time of day or night, level of meeting formality, task at hand, time of year, the prior and the proximal to participate in the conversation. Complex meanings may be communicated by adding one gesture or onomatopoeia to the living moment. Meaningful squareness is also observable in cultural manifestations such as origami, dusting, mopping, wiping instructions, feng shui, room, palace, or campus arrangements, Olympic dance performance coordinating thousands of dancers across one floor, and competitive precision walking. In 1994, squareness reworked the linear barcode into a quick response code. Taijitu represents paradox in the shape of a circle. Yin is black and assigned to soft ideas, femininity, nothingness, silence, non-action, invisibility, and acceptance. It emerges from the bottom right-hand corner. Yang is white and assigned to hard ideas, masculinity, objectivity, voice, action, visibility, and combat. It splashes over the top from the left side, pushed by the indetectable yin. Each side carries a small spot of its opposite equal to form an internalized quadratic relationship between the two. Taijitu spins in clockwise rotation except when the symbol is inverted or viewed from the rear. In ink, wholeness plus Taijitu generates the act of writing while implicating the act of reading and their outcomes, cosmic, physical, visceral, personal, or imperceptible. The ancient ideas of 1, 2, and 3 have accumulated complex patinas of connotations, mathematical, pictorial, cosmic, spiritual, traditional, historical, political, social, academic, literary, formal, colloquial, and otherwise. Having absorbed Taoist and Buddhist relationship schemas during my childhood, I recognized them in English translations of Tao Te Ching. However, something was missing. I sensed an undue abruptness and an unnecessary lack of cohesion. From my background in music, I knew whole-piece musical cohesion as the outcome of organized measures, phrases, and sections. From my background in English writing, I knew whole-piece literary cohesion as the outcome of organized phrases, sentences, paragraphs, sections, and chapters. From my background in theater, I knew play script cohesion as the outcome of organized lines, scenes, and acts. In 2021, I focused 10 months of thought experimentation to resolve the undue abruptness and unnecessary lack of cohesion I had sensed. As a result, I revealed to myself a whole book literary structure which met and surpassed my native anticipation of cohesion. Trusting my early childhood awareness and following the language laws listed in Tao Te Ching, I discovered a square structure complementing the two-book Taijitu structure, an isometric repetition of the relationship between square and Taijitu used by Sino-Tibetan logographs encompasses this entire text. Tao Te Ching is composed of 81 chapters. 81 is a square number. A square alone does not organize a text. However, all odd-numbered groups share a particular characteristic. To demonstrate, I begin with simple even and oddness. Even-numbered lines may be split into two equal halves. Odd-number lines maintain a center position, as the remainder between two equal halves. In the case of 81, this middle position is the 41st. In Tao Te Ching, 40 chapters are delivered before and after Ching 41. Odd square numbers also maintain a center position characteristic. 81 squares build a 9x9 grid. Between 9 columns and 9 rows, the fifth position of the fifth row is always the fifth position of the fifth column. Numbering by rank and file, beginning in any corner while proceeding in any direction, the same number always lands in the bullseye. Take a look. Consider a phrase from Ching 26. At the center of all movement rests stillness. Whether it is viewed right side up, upside down, on its side, from the front, or from the rear, Ching 41 means to be a single unmoving point of reference. Tao Te Ching displays literal compassion toward the beginner reader. As a veteran classroom teacher and pedagogist, I recognize the contents of Ching 41 as providing 1. A performance rating system, 2. A syllabus, and 3. A requisite for graduation. It contains all the information a contemporary instructor needs to build a full logical curriculum. Spoiler alert! On deeper examination, more patterns emerged from the 9x9 square. A reader may pause here for a chance to decipher solo. For English, keep listening. The original structure discussed above matches the fifth character structure listed by Lu, Pi, and Liao. It mirrors the coordinates 0, 0 at the origin of a two-dimensional grid. The structure of celestial bodies in orbit, a membrane-bound nucleus enclosed in a cell membrane, an iris dilating a pupil, electrons orbiting an atomic nucleus, and many other natural phenomena. The wheel structure reflects a wheel. Ching 41 acts as the hub. Axial and diagonal positions retain their ranks across orientations to delineate the spokes of a wheel. Perimeter positions maintain the status of rim. Positions in the empty spaces between spokes, 8 groups of 3, keep together across orientations. An 8-spoked wheel is a central Buddhist symbol associated with the Noble Eightfold Path. Wheels had been around for at least 1,000 years when Tao Te Ching is thought to have been documented. The pattern also matches cardinal and intercardinal directions on a compass rose. The whorl structure might be thought of as an archer's target, an umbrella, or a bird's eye view on a pyramid. Each concentric ring retains its ring rank across orientations. I see potential for meaningful interpretation by distance from center or orbital radius, but this remains an unexplored, undeveloped speculation in English. I see potential for the square-shaped schema of Tao Te Ching to validate itself the way a Sudoku puzzle can. Or perhaps this is a speculation too far. In 2026, many manifestations of Taoism enjoy a living practice and capitulate various interpretations. Here, my intention is to peel up one corner of an ancient code for an English reader to make a reliable entry and explore with confidence. In this spirit, I might prompt an English reader to imagine a living tree. Envision its forms above and below ground. Next, imagine a 9x9 grid flat on the ground and slide it through the tree trunk until the centermost box of the grid aligns with the innermost ring of the tree. The grid may be sized to match the tree trunk, the tree canopy, or the entire forest. Now, trace water's travel routes up from the surface of the grid and into the sky. Trace water's pathways down from the sky to the underground roots. This image produces an ancient Taoist schema of Mother Nature's eternal guidelines and regulations, or the power of her way. Perhaps an Indo-European schema of the same energetic relationships is expressible as an apple superimposed by a hop vibration aligned with the apple's core.